Okay, so today is Thursday, July 10th, 2025. Honestly, this should be a pretty quick one. I don't feel like I have a whole lot to say. It's just like, okay, in terms of writing, yes. Like, I didn't do a lot of writing last week. It was like little bits and pieces. Part of it was just kind of not getting around to it. Part of, like, last week just kind of felt like a weird week. But this week I was able to do like quite a bit. I actually got another chapter done. That was Tuesday night. I didn't do any writing yesterday, so I intend to start the next chapter today. So there's that. I haven't watched anything I guess since the last video. Clay and I have finished Adventure Time. So I haven't started Stardust Memory or Distant Lands yet. One of those is going to be the next thing I watch. We'll kind of figure it out. But Clay and I have not done an Adventure Time video yet. So specifically, we didn't do one for Season 7 because it had been so long since we had started Season 7. Like, look, in good faith, it's hard to really talk about what we watched. Season 8 and like 8 through 10, we just kind of said like we're just gonna blitz through it, and then afterwards, like we just kind of had a long conversation about the show, and I was like, maybe we should have recorded this. He's like, oh fuck yeah, you're right, we should have. So what I want to do is I do want to have a conversation about the last 3 seasons, which I feel like would essentially be that there's more to Season 8 than just Elements. No, excuse me, Islands, because Elements was Season 9. But I feel like it'll be like Season 8, just kind of as a whole, Islands specifically. Season 9 is basically just Elements. There's a few other episodes, like the Jake Alien subplot is really more of a Season 10 thing, although there's a little bit of it in Season 9. And then just, alright, Season 10, the finale, Adventure Time as a whole. Because that, like, I want to do it this weekend, because that'll give us more time to really sit with it. Like, alright, you know what, now that some time has passed since we watched it, it's not just our immediate thoughts. What did you think of the finale? What did you think of all this, et cetera, et cetera. I would like to do that. We'll see if it happens. Something else I would like to do this weekend is watch the new Superman movie. It comes out tomorrow, which means it's probably available to watch today, because it's usually how that goes. I'm hoping that I can watch it like Saturday night. Excuse me. But I'm hoping Saturday night or maybe sometime on Sunday I can go watch Soups. I finally started playing Digimon Survive. I have been looking forward to playing this game since it was first announced. The idea of like, alright, this is a survival horror, which it's not like how it plays. It doesn't like play like a Silent Hill game. It's a visual novel and a strategy game. But story-wise, like, this is a horror-themed Digimon story where people are going to die. People are gonna like lose their sanity. It is meant to be a very intense experience. Like, that sounds really, really neat. So far, I'm in part 3. I'm probably just gonna be calling them chapters. So like I'm in chapter 3. Without going deep into spoilers, although I'll be honest, I don't feel like there's a lot for me to spoil right now, because like not a lot of crazy shit has happened. I was just at the part with Kaito and the mysterious woman, and I chose to go with Kaito. So that's where I'm at. I don't know a lot of spoilers about this game in terms of like the specifics of like, alright, who lives, who dies, who goes crazy. I don't know any of that, and I intend to keep it that way. There are some characters who even at this point, I'm like, yeah, you kind of haven't had it together since chapter 1, so I don't think you're really going to last. And I noticed that your Digimon, because almost every partner Digimon, even if it doesn't show, these are the specific evolutions that you're gonna have. You're like, oh, all right, there's a lot of different, there's some branching paths. I think like with Lotmon, Lotmon can have 2 different champions, but the rest of the line is the same. Or like Labramon is, all right, like, your champion is this, your ultimate is this, but you have a couple different megas. Agumon's is fucking wild. It's like, all right, you could go this line, this line, this line, you go this line, and then go here, and go here, but which makes sense. Like, all right, just depending on what route you're doing and what your morality is, like if you're about doing the right thing, if you're about keeping the harmony, or if you just kind of give into your anger, Obi-Wan could be all kinds of different shit, and you can be on one route and then be like, you know what? I want to keep the peace, but now I'm just fucking pissed. Like, this is what's gonna happen. Like, I think that's super neat. And then there's Kunemon, and I'm like, yours doesn't change. Yours is just flat. I don't know if I like the implication here. Maybe there's not an implication here, but I think there's an implication here. But genuinely, I haven't looked at spoilers, so I don't know. I feel like there's a good foundation here already. I say this as like I'm looking forward to shit hitting the fan, but it might always pull a Muv-Love on me, where like I'm playing extra and I'm like, man, I can't wait for shit to hit the fan. I can't wait for things to go crazy. And then like through alternative, I'm like, I miss Muv-Love extra. Like, I never thought I would say those words, but wow, I miss Muv-Love extra. Like, gosh, I love alternative so much. I'm hoping Survive has a similar vibe. Like, I don't think it's going to be on the level of Muv-Love, because, one of my favorite works of fiction of all time. But I want it to affect me in a similar way. What else is there? So, my sister's cats have been kind of staying the week with us, which is nice because like I genuinely like my sister's cats, and they used to live here, and it took them a couple days to kind of get more used to things. And then one of the boys took a bit longer than the other, and then the other, after the first night, was just like, oh, okay, I'm back home, I'm just chilling. I love my cat. I unconditionally love Bahamut. He is my boy. But man, he's a naughty piece of shit. Like, he's mellowed out and simmered down because he used to be very close to these cats. But it was immediately like, this is my house. Why are you here? Like, he was pissed at me. I was like, he hadn't seen me in a couple days because I was hanging out with my sister, and then I come back, I smell like these other cats. I brought these other cats in. He was like hissing at me. He was swiping at me. He was a real jerk. But he's simmered down. He's doing all right. I don't know. It's just, it was this weird combination of like, okay, this is kind of funny, just seeing him be a real piece of shit. But it doesn't mean I approve of it. It doesn't mean I like it. Like, no, we had to get the spray bottle a few times. It just makes me think of Lilo and Stitch. But, like, yeah, we had to use the spray bottle to get him to calm the fuck down. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I think I, like, just had something that I thought of and then immediately lost it. But, yeah, like I said, there's really not a lot to... Yadi Magani. Yeah, it's pretty much... Oh, no, that was it. I just had the thing that I lost. So, over the weekend, I watched a movie called Playtime. It came out in, I think, like, 1967. It is a French film. It is an absurdist comedy. There is a scene in this movie. It's two scenes, because I feel it's the first one really sets up the second one, where there's like, it's like a trade show, and this German man is explaining his silent doors. And the whole thing is that, no matter how hard you slam it, no matter how aggressive you are, how loud you need, like, it should be, it is always quiet. And as he is explaining this, I'm presuming to a customer, some other dude just, like, walks in sits at his desk and it just starts like rifling through things and like taking papers and leaves. Just like shows up like he owns the place, and like the other dude like doesn't even notice because the dude is so comfortable. Like, this is really funny. Later, like not too long, like probably about 10 minutes or so, one of our main characters walks in and is recognized as the other guy. So, you know, he's brought over, like the German guy like kind of like ushers him over and is like talking to him. Oh, no, hold up. Like ushers him over, sits him down, and is kind of giving him like, hey, you know, like, what? Yeah, why don't you just like sit down, put your feet up, go through the files, look through the files again. You piece of shit. Like, I've spent so, like, I don't remember exactly what he says, but he goes on this long rant, like, this is my passion, this is my project, this is what I've been working on, and you think you could just come in here and steal it from me? And like, as he ends the rant, he like grabs the door and he slams it, and it doesn't make a sound. And I'm not like explaining it, especially for a visual gag. I guess it's technically more of an audio gag. Explaining it does not do it justice. But I was howling with laughter when the silent door slammed. I was like, there were bits in the movie before that had me laughing. Like when the dude is walking down the hallway and it's just this really long hallway and his shoes are fucking echoing. Like, I was crying laughing. Oh no, sorry. I got a little distracted for a second. I had a text come in. I usually try to put it on airplane when I record, and I forgot to do that. I was not crying laughing at that scene, but I thought that scene was really funny. Just like as this dude like is really waiting to go do something, he has to wait for this other guy, and then all that guy does after the long wait is he just opens a door for it that he could have opened on his own. It's not like it was locked. Like, that's a really good joke. But the silent door slam was comedy gold to me. And then there's so many bits in the restaurant. I highly recommend watching this film. It's a very good time. It is an absolute blast. It's not a movie that really has a story, so it might feel like it kind of takes a while to get anywhere, but even in that first one, like, there's still some good gags and little jokes. I don't want to say it's a movie that like requires you to do your homework, but you kind of have to really be paying attention, like, to the foreground and the background, because there's just a lot of goofy shit happening. And then, yeah, for me, the door slam was just absolute peak comedy. So, that's it. That's the vid. But have a good day. Forgot the obvious part. Have a good day. Have a good weekend. Have a good rest of your month. Bye.